What is going on, YouTube? Happy Monday. And we are here on the WARZONE Sports Network. And as you could already figure out, this is not Welcome to the Warzone. We got a special episode on this Monday night. And I am Joe Scurto, co-host of Sports Force, which launches every Wednesday night. And if you haven't already, go check out last week's episode. Myself and my co-host Brian Bolster, we had CBS Boston Michael Hurley, as he is a reporter for the Celtics, the Patriots, the Red Sox, the Bruins, basically every single Boston team. But we take a look at the outlook of the 2021 New England Patriots. Very cool stuff. And if you haven't already, go click that button down below. Subscribe to the WARZONE Sports Network YouTube channel. And we are also on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, everywhere. We also, when we stream live on Twitch. So basically, whatever platform you use, we are probably there. And if you haven't really figured out what was going on this weekend, well, you missed out. A lot went on as we performed the first round of the Madden simulation rookie quarterback tournament. 8 rookie quarterbacks, only 4 had what it took to advance to the semifinals. And by the way, the semifinals will be going down Friday, only here on the WARZONE Sports Network. But we're going to break down each game, who overperformed, who underperformed, and there were some crazy games. By the way, there were 3 overtime games out of the 4. 3. So I don't know if that's just Madden just being Madden, or these games are really competitive and these quarterbacks aren't too far off. But let's dive deep into these highlights and get to Jacksonville, Florida, as Trevor Lawrence in the Jacksonville Jaguars take on Davis Mills in the Houston Texans. The opening drive, it's Davis Mills in the Texans, and it's David Johnson. He breaks 1 tackle. Woo! He goes all the way, the 20, the 15, the 10, the 5, 56 yards. David Johnson. So the Texans, they might be up to something. They have about 100 running backs, but maybe they can get a little running back by committee. And Trevor Lawrence, but he says, you know what? I'm the number 1 overall pick. I'm driving right down, 3rd and 1 at the 4-yard line. He finds his big tight end, Tyler Eifert. This thing is tied up. So right away, these 2 rookie quarterbacks go right at it. And we kind of want to see Davis Mills' arm. What does he have? He makes some key throws in the second drive. The clock is ticking in the second quarter. And now he's going to give it to his other running back, Philip Lindsay, 5 yards, touchdown. The Texans' running game was very, very impressive. But you know what? Trevor Lawrence goes, I have an impressive running back as well. And I know him more than anyone because we played in Clemson. Just before the 2-minute warner, look at that move. Whoop! Travis Etienne goes 77 yards to tie it up with a huge touchdown. How does Davis Mills respond? Some nice moves. We talk about rookie quarterbacks. How about this rookie running back? Like we said, Davis Mills, he's not going down without a fight. He may be the underdog, but he finds Chris Conley with 12 seconds left in the second quarter to take the lead once again, as Jacksonville will be getting the ball first at half. But Trevor Lawrence says, I'm going to take a risk. He's going to bomb it downfield, but unfortunately it is intercepted by Vernon Hargraves III. That ends the first half, 21-14 Houston. How does Jacksonville respond here? Right away, it's Laviska Shenault fumbles. Lonnie Johnson picks it up, so back-to-back turnovers, frustration everywhere in Jacksonville as they were so excited to see the number 1 overall pick. It was a booth review, but it was the Texans' ball. It was, in fact, a fumble. But unfortunately for the Texans, they had to punt, and the Jaguars got the ball back, and another mistake almost happened. And here's another mistake. John Brown, 57 yards, trying to just cut the lead to 4. Not even close. So 21-14, the Texans. Look at this. It's Philip Lindsay again, 28 yards, touchdown. They go up 14 with only few minutes to play. And now we got right in the beginning of the fourth quarter, the Jaguars desperately needing a quick touchdown. And this is the Urban Meyer we love and know. What is he doing? He's running the football with only 5 minutes left, less than 5 minutes left. He's just taking his sweet time and keep on running, and it takes all the way to 128. They finally scored the DJ Chark touchdown, but he's making this hard for himself. I really didn't get the runs at the end of the game. Come on, Urban Meyer. I tried to ask him a question after the game. He said no comment, so we'll have to see. John Brown, he's going to try to attempt a onside kick. Not much there. Houston recovers. The huge underdog, the last seed of the tournament, does the impossible. They defeat the number 1 overall pick, Trevor Lawrence. And how about Phillip Lindsay running that first down? Mills is going to take the knee, and that is the game. Mills went 15 for 17 with 154 yards, and Lawrence went 14 for 17 with 144 yards, 2 touchdowns, and an interception. And let's go right into the Patriots and the Bears game. Mac Jones, Justin Fields in the snow, and Mac Jones right away finds his man Gunnar Olszewski, and you got to keep an eye on this guy. Gun him down, because this game is going to be crazy. So Mac Jones in the opening drive, he kind of has a groove here. They're running the ball and they're blocking really well. The offensive line helped him out in the beginning stages of this game, but I think the snow really plays a factor here. 3rd and 8, the Bears defense responds. So the opening drive is going to be a Nick Folk field goal to start things off, and it's 3-0. But let's see what Justin Fields and the Bears can do. Play action. He's going to run it, and he is going to be running a lot here. He had 140 yards on the day, and he opens up that drive with the run. And then in the gun, he has all day to throw again, and look at this. Boom. The Patriots make a play, but the Bears are going to respond with a field goal. 46 yards from Cairo Santos to tie things up with about 144 in the second quarter. This was a legitimate snow game. There wasn't much going on in the scoring section, and Mac Jones gets sacked. He was sacked multiple times in this one. I did say the offensive line performed well in that first drive. Not really much after that. So 3-3 going into halftime. It's the Bears getting the ball, and they're going to drive down. They find Allen Robinson. Justin Fields is going to look really sharp here. And I really like the way that Justin Fields played, especially in the snow, making 2 big passes, one to Robinson, one to Kobe Collette, his big tight end. And then 3rd and 18. This is what we love to see. The move, and he got it. 1st and 10. So they get it at the 19. 1 minute ticking down. It's still 3-3. And we talked about Justin Fields' legs. How about this run? 19 yards, touchdown, first of the game. It's 10-3 Bears. What does Mac Jones and Bill Belichick have to say about that? Well, it's the end of the third quarter, 10-3. This game, I'll tell you again, it was impacted by the snow. Mac Jones with Taylor to the left side in the gun at the 39-yard line. He's going to take a throw and find Jacoby Jones. I really like this drive for New England. They had to respond quickly, and that's exactly what they did. 31 yards to Gunnar Olszewski. How about that? He bobbled it with one hand, holds it in with the other, and the Patriots tie this thing up. So the Patriots have all these weapons that they added, but yet we see Gunnar Olszewski, so you got to love Madden. But how does the Bears respond? It's Justin Fields once again just taking his legs and using them to his advantage. And Cairo Santos has a chance to take the lead with 155. He has a 49-yard field goal, and the Bears, classic, misses the bottom post. Mac Jones has an opportunity to take this game and run away with it. And let's see how he comes through. He makes a nice throw past the 50. And this is when the Patriots could have taken their time, but they're rushing, they're throwing, there's a flag. Mac Jones tries to go for Gunnar Olszewski and DeAndre Houston Carson. How about that tongue twister? He picks it off. He's going to take it all the way to about the 28-yard line. And on top of that, that was a holding penalty. So the Bears again have another opportunity. What does Justin Fields have to say? He's going to say, I'm going to use my legs. I'm going to break one, but two tackles. And the Bears creeping now here in field goal range, 17 seconds left. He's still using his legs. They got one timeout. It's Cairo Santos again for 56 yards. Can he redeem himself? Or is this still the same old Bears kickers? Things don't change. Santos misses the field goal, 10-10. We're going into overtime. Like we said, we had 3 out of 4. You can guess these next 3 are going into overtime. I don't know if I just ruined that, but the Bears get the ball at the overtime, and it's still the same old Justin Fields, just running the football. I mean, he still had an additional 98 yards, but it was really all on the ground for him. And then they're going to get involved. David Montgomery, their actual running back. You saw the stats, 5 carries, 5 yards for their running back. Justin Fields at the 25, 3rd and 22. His desperation, off balance, a dangerous throw, but he hits it off his receiver's hands. Can Cairo Santos finally make a field goal here? He does. The opening overtime drive, they don't get a touchdown, but they get a 42-yard field goal by their kicker. The Patriots, one chance. They either can tie it up or they win it all. If the Bears defense stops them, that is game over. Big 4th down, 4th and 6 at the 30-yard line. Right away, the Patriots trying not to go 4 and out. And how about that? Penalties. It's Gunner again. He loves Gunner going long. Costly pass interference call. But the Bears are going to respond. At the 40-yard line, 2nd and 9, he is sacked. It's Akeem Hicks, a big lost 3rd and 23. Mac Jones again. There's pressure, and we're not sure what he's doing. Again, Edwards Jr. with the sack. It's 4th and 37. Game is over right at their own 32-yard line. Mac Jones goes deep and finds Gunner Jaxsonville. What? No way. Hold on. No way. Touchdown. Patriots. Unbelievable. And it was a pass interference. Gunner Jaxsonville comes away with the touchdown. Mac Jones finishes the afternoon 16 for 22, 243 yards, 2 touchdowns, an interception, and the Patriots dramatically advance to the 2nd round of the Madden tournament. And let's go right into Trask and Lance. It is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the San Francisco 49ers. The winner plays Davis Mills and the Texans right away. Trey Lance, and I liked the way that Trey Lance played today. He had 257 passing yards, and I like what he did. He did the opposite of Justin Fields. He's showing off his arm. He's showing, hey, I'm the 3rd overall pick. That's a nice throw, but Brandon Ayuk makes a mistake and fumbles. And that Tampa Bay stingy defense, hey, they could win maybe with Kyle Trask, right? They got a really good defense. Here's the man out of Florida, the 2nd round pick. I almost said 3rd, but he was the 32nd. Let's see how he does. Play action. We try to showcase the arm. Nothing really good there. But Ryan Suckup is going to miss a 49-yard field goal. Not even close. So these field goal kickers, they're a little off. They're a little rusty. We thought the quarterbacks were going to be rusty, but it's no score through 1. Trey Lance trying to get his team on the board, makes a dart, multiple darts in this game, gets it all the way down. And how about this? Another rookie running back. It's Trey Sermon out of Ohio State. So the rookie running backs, the rookie quarterbacks, you got to love it. Niners up 7-0, 1 minute left to play. And it's the Niners. They say, hey, I got a stingy defense too, Fred Warner with the Niners. And now the Buccaneers at the 29-yard line, 3rd and 11. We go all the way to the 3rd quarter, still 7-0. Not much going on here. It's really defensive heavy game. The Buccaneers finally trying to get on the board. 52 yards. Ryan Suckup responds from that miss, unlike Cairo Santos in the Bears game. 7-3 with 48 seconds left to go in the 3rd quarter. The Niners trying to go up at least double-digit scores. Here's Lance on a big 3rd and 1, and he finds his running back, Raheem Mostert, all the way to about the 22-yard line. And like we said, Lance, he was looking sharp, especially on this drive, but not that time. 3rd and 10, he misses his wide receiver. It's going to be Robbie Gould for 40 yards, so they do go back up 10-3. It's all up to Kyle Trask. What can he do with about 2 minutes left? He finds Ronald Jones, his running back. And then they get all the way to the 10-yard line, 3rd and 8, huge play. And how about his man, Ronald Jones? all the way to the 2-yard line, but it's going to set up 4th and inches. They need the touchdown. 25 seconds left. What does Trask have to say? I got Chris Godwin here to play. That's what he has to say. It's tied up. Buccaneers 10, Niners 10 in the Bay Area. But Trey Lance still has an opportunity to really just pull off another miracle. He said, hey, we just saw Mac Jones do it. Can I do it? No. Incomplete. Another game, another overtime. The Buccaneers get the ball first. Kyle Trask gets sacked by Nick Bosa, who was a problem. 3 sacks on the day. Just an absolute beast. But Kyle Trask, 3rd and 23, dishes it to his man, Ronald Jones. Jones trying to make the best out of it, but they're going to have to give it back to the 49ers. The Niners, all they need is a field goal. 16 seconds left on the 22. Look at this dime, and look at this catch by Brandon Ayuk. The Ayuk catch sets up a Robbie Gould chip shot 20-yard field goal. The Niners win 13-10. They will face off with Davis Mills in the left side of the bracket in the semifinals. And that takes us to our main event. The New York Jets at MetLife Stadium with Zach Wilson and Kellen Mond of the Minnesota Vikings. The opening drive, it's Tevin Coleman. All these running backs, 52 yards. Oh, I forgot to do the whoop, whoop. Tevin Coleman, 2 touchdowns on the night. He opens up the scoring for the Jets. But Kellen Mond says, hey, we saw Justin Fields run. How about me? Look at me. No one talks about my mobility. He had 8 carries for 120 yards in this one. Kellen Mond really impressed. It was 7-0 through 1. The Jets take the lead, but Mond is responding in the opening drive, makes some nice throws to his running back, Dalvin Cook, who also had a big night. And we say, hey, he has Justin Jefferson, doesn't he? Yes, he does. He breaks a tackle, 27 yards, touchdown, 7 all here in MetLife. Early in the second quarter, Zach Wilson. So Zach Wilson, we didn't really see a lot of his arm. There was a lot of just these short passes, but right there is one he could forget about. The Minnesota Vikings make a stop, and now they could try to get back on the board in the lead. And you see that both quarterbacks nearly picked off in the first half, and they got away with not turning over the football. So right there, big throw. And it's unfortunately with 0 seconds. This was another team that really wasted time. I think they were just not trying to make any mistakes. So let's take through the third quarter here. It's Kellen Mond finding his receiver about to the midfield point, but unfortunately they got to go punt again. So the Jets, how would they respond? Third quarter, 1:25 left. It's Zach Wilson, and he finds his man Tyler Kroft. Kroft had 6 receptions. I think that was his career day. I don't think Tyler Kroft has ever had receptions. So after exchanging a pair of punts, the defense, it's all defense here in the third quarter. Quinnen Williams takes the sack to end the third quarter. Quinnen had 2 sacks on the night. So back and forth with these punts. It's 3rd and 16. Can the Vikings get it? No. So it's Jets football. So they each exchange punts twice after 2 quick scores in the first half. And here we go. Tevin Coleman, we told you, makes a few nice runs, and he had a really good Jets debut here. 2 minutes left. Fourth quarter, 7-7 at the 25-yard line. Speaking of the devil, he takes it to the 10 of the 5. Touchdown Jets. All they got to do, 156. All they got to do is make a stop. They lead 14-7. Can Kellen Mond do the impossible? He uses his legs, 1st and 10, takes the slide, gets to the 40. With just 1:45 ticking, and they still decided not to use timeouts. Strictly no huddle here at the 49. Once again, here's another run on 1st and 10, and I think you could drive a dumpster truck through those holes that Kellen Mond had all day long. He has 2 clutch runs. They get all the way down to the 29, still not using timeouts. 35 seconds. He finally makes a throw to Dalvin Cook. He breaks a tackle to flag. How did he do that? All the way. Touchdown. The flag is on Jabari Zuniga. So it stands 14-14 to Zach Wilson. Have any miracle in his arm. He tries to show it off, and incomplete. So this game, you guessed it, is going into overtime, 14-14. The Vikings will win the toss here to start. Can the Jets defense make a stop? Kellen Mond, those legs again. This was crucial. 3rd and 12 on the 23. makes a first down run, and that was just a game changer for Kellen Mond. Look at this, switching it to his left, taking another run for a first down, and this is when it gets questionable. That was a face mask, everybody. Yes, I didn't know face masks were at the player's waist, but that's exactly what happened. 15 yards, and here's another one on 3rd and 5. They call that roughing the passer on John Franklin Myers. He released that, and that is a very questionable call. You saw the replay. Dalvin Cook sets it up, and is this a touchdown? It is. Dalvin Cook scores, and Kellen Mond is victorious as he will be meeting Mac Jones. Zach Wilson, man, it's virtual stuff. Don't get too beat up over it. It was a crazy string of games, to say the least. So let's just take a look at the bracket. We'll get you set up for next week. It's Mac Jones, Kellen Mond in Foxborough, and then it's Davis Mills, Trey Lance in San Francisco. So a lot to look forward to. Quick predictions. I got Lance on the left side, and I got Kellen Mond on the right side. Right? Kellen Mond was very impressive. And I think that running tactic that he had going with Dalvin Cook, Cook had 2 total touchdowns. It was impressive. And it was classic Madden throughout the tournament. So it was a lot of fun because you look at all these games, especially the Bears and the Jets game. The Bears and the Jets games were ridiculous with the penalties. They both defenses had costly penalties at the very end. And crazy enough, the Bears had a penalty on that Hail Mary touchdown, the game-winning touchdown with Gunnar Olszewski. He was the player of the weekend. He had over 100 yards, 2 touchdowns. We didn't even play the highlight, but he had a one-handed grab too. So Bill Belichick, take notes. You know what Bill Belichick said? We're on to Minnesota. He's not taking questions, right? Mac Jones playing well. So it was really a wild weekend. It reminded me of that March Madness feel. We really enjoyed everyone's presence who went into the live chat. Again, do not forget to go join the live chat on Friday. The semifinals are going down. Mac Jones, Kellen Mond going up against each other on the right side of the bracket. Who will advance to the finals? And then Trey Lance and the super underdog in Davis Mills. Man, I will definitely be rooting for Davis Mills because he was impressive, right? He has by far the worst team around him because the Texans are only good because of Deshaun Watson, and that's clear. But by far the worst roster around him, and he takes down the number 1 overall pick in Trevor Lawrence. And there's like this weird type of Jaguars hype going into this year. I'm not buying into it, but I know there are people that are high on the Jacksonville Jaguars, and Lawrence didn't live up to the hype. He had an interception. He nearly had 2 interceptions, really got lucky about in the 3rd quarter. So that was just a huge game, a very big upset. But that's going to wrap it up here on the Warzone Sports Network. Again, I'm Joe Scurto of Sports Force, and this has been the highlight recap show, whatever you want to call it, of the Madden Simulation Rookie Quarterback Tournament Round 1. Semifinals going down. You don't want to miss out. Again, if you haven't already subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. Go follow us on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Facebook. Go take a look on Twitch. We're live there. We're everywhere. And we also have 4 weekly shows. Go check it out. And we'll see you next time here on the Warzone Sports Network. Thanks for joining. Enjoy your Monday.